Welcome to this video guide on Echinacea, one of the world's most popular herbal supplements. We'll explore what it is, its benefits, its risks, and what you should know from a scientific perspective before you decide to buy. Echinacea is a top-selling dietary supplement in the United States. Many people use it in the hope of preventing or shortening the duration of the common cold and other upper respiratory tract infections. It is widely available in forms like teas, capsules, tinctures, and topical creams. The core claim behind Echinacea is that it provides immune stimulation. While this theory drives product marketing, clinical testing results have been consistently mixed. Simply put, the promise often exceeds the scientific proof. Scientific research on Echinacea is complicated by several factors. These include the use of different plant species and parts, a narrow research focus, mostly on respiratory infections, and a lack of universal standards for active compounds, which makes comparing study results difficult. Now, let's look closer at the promise surrounding cold-related products. Does it prevent colds? The evidence is weak. A major 2014 Cochrane review found no clear overall benefit for cold prevention. While some post-hoc analysis has hinted at a potential risk reduction, it remains a secondary finding and not definitive proof. What about treating an active cold? The NCCIH suggests Echinacea may slightly reduce the chance of catching a cold, but its impact on the duration or severity of a cold once it is started remains unclear. Early treatment appears to be the most promising window. The issue of standardization is critical. Different species, different parts of the plant, and varying methods of preparation mean we aren't always comparing the same thing. This variability is the biggest driver of inconsistent results in clinical research. There has been some interest in Echinacea for children. One study suggested it might help reduce respiratory infections and related complications. However, the evidence is not yet sufficient for certainty, and you should always consult a pediatrician before use, as allergic reactions are possible. In one notable trial of 200 healthy children, Echinacea was associated with a significant reduction in antibiotic prescriptions. While this is a striking result, it is based on a single trial that has not been uniformly replicated across other studies or different products. Moving beyond colds, the scientific evidence for broader health benefits is currently thin. Despite the claims often seen in marketing, it is unclear whether Echinacea provides meaningful support for conditions other than respiratory infections. Topical Echinacea is traditionally used for wound healing, skin injuries, and inflammation. While these uses are mentioned in some manuals, the clinical evidence base for topical applications is quite limited and relies more on tradition than on controlled clinical trials. For example, while the European Medicines Agency mentions Echinacea for the relief of spots and pimples due to mild acne, this is a designation based on traditional use. It does not meet the standard of well-established clinical evidence, so please maintain realistic expectations. Finally, let's discuss safety and the risks you should consider. For most healthy adults, Echinacea is considered likely safe for short-term use, typically up to 8 weeks. However, long-term safety data is limited, and year-round use is not recommended without medical guidance. Always remember that safety profiles can vary depending on the specific product and formulation. While generally safe for healthy adults, Echinacea can have side effects. These are typically mild, such as digestive issues or dizziness. In rare cases, more serious allergic reactions can occur. Taking it with food may help ease minor stomach discomfort. Allergic reactions are the most significant safety concern. If you are allergic to plants like ragweed, marigolds, or daisies, you are at an increased risk. Seek immediate care if you experience hives, difficulty breathing, or swelling of the face. Echinacea stimulates the immune system, which makes it unsuitable for certain individuals. It is contraindicated for those with autoimmune disorders, organ transplant recipients, or people with advanced HIV or tuberculosis, as it could disrupt their already compromised immune function. When it comes to children, caution is mandatory. While evidence suggests it may be safe for short periods, there are risks of rashes and allergic reactions. Always speak with your pediatrician before giving any supplement to a child. Do not self-prescribe. For pregnancy and breastfeeding, the data is very limited. Some evidence points to short-term use in the first trimester as possibly safe, but consult your provider first. For breastfeeding, avoidance is generally the safest approach due to the lack of sufficient safety information. Modern research into Echinacea has revealed the complexities that contribute to conflicting study results. Even the soil matters. Research shows that bacterial communities in the soil influence the plant's active compounds. Combined with environmental stressors and seasonal variations, this means even products from the same farm can differ significantly in their actual potency. There is currently no global standard for Echinacea products. Studies have found some products labeled as Echinacea contain none at all, and 3 distinct species are often sold under the same generic name, which complicates consistency and quality control. Researchers are now focusing on precise biological markers to better measure impact. By tracking cytokine levels and white blood cell activity, scientists hope to move beyond general claims and verify the specific ways Echinacea might interact with our immune system. If you choose to use Echinacea, it is helpful to understand how to integrate it into your daily health strategy. Evidence suggests that consistency is key for prophylaxis. Large trials indicate that daily, season-long use may reduce the frequency of colds by about 26%. Remember, timing is critical. Benefits drop significantly if you wait to start until symptoms are already severe. Regarding preparation, alcoholic extracts of the aerial parts of Echinacea purpurea are generally preferred. A common protocol involves diluting the extract in water and holding it in your mouth for 10 seconds to ensure local contact in the throat. Always use a proper measuring device. Keep your expectations realistic. Echinacea is not a cure-all. It does not reliably stop a cold once it has begun. Any relief is likely modest, and some of the benefit may be due to local antiviral effects in the throat rather than systemic immune boosting. Final precautions. Check for drug interactions if you take immunosuppressants or certain medications, as Echinacea can affect how your liver processes drugs. Stop using it immediately if you suspect an allergic reaction, and always keep your healthcare provider in the loop. In conclusion, Echinacea is a potential tool that requires an informed approach. By prioritizing quality, understanding the limits of its efficacy, and knowing when to avoid it, you can make the safest choice for your health needs. Thank you for watching. This program was brought to you by the Series of Thoughts team as part of the Health and Wellness series.